Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, She Sews Happiness. I'm Mary Ellen and this is where I share with you all things stitching related. Now if you visit regularly, you'll know that 99.99999% of my sewing antics are all in dressmaking. So this will be a quite novel thing if you're stopping by and you'll wonder what's wrong with her. Today I want to show you a really cute spring craft, since it is Easter weekend after all. And what I have made, and it really is just a little scrap busting project, are these little bunny treat bags. So a little bunny bag, a little embroidered face, using up the scraps from my spring hairs which I used to make a dress, and then at the back just a little cottontail, a little pom-pom that I've sewn on. Of course, if you were less lazy than I am, you could make your own pom-pom, but I had a little stash of these from a couple of Christmases ago when I was knitting little red slippers and then attaching those white pom-poms to make them look awfully festive. But yeah, I've been making a couple of these and I think these are absolutely adorable for putting little chocolate treats in for the kids in the family, or for the big kids too. So I just want to show you how I've done that. It really takes about 3 minutes to make it in total. Obviously not at the pace I chat and talk because the video will end up being about 10 minutes long. But all I've really done is freehanded a little template, and you could make this as tiny or as large as you like. I actually think this would be perfect for making reusable Easter egg hunt treat bags. You could reuse them year after year. You could embroider the kids' names on them. And yeah, I think they'd look adorable, like blown up about 6 times that size. So yeah, that's all I've done is freehand this little template. So you've got the big statement ear, and all I've done here is narrow a little square right in, so that when I tie the ears together, it looks really cute and tidy and pulls in nicely there at the top to give it a little bit of shaping. So all I have to do is cut out 2 pieces of fabric, 2 pieces of my chosen lining, and yeah, I'm just using up the scraps from my spring hairs. Really didn't have very many, or I might have made slightly larger bags, but I've managed to get 3 of these little treat bags to pop little chocolates in, perfect for gifting over the Easter period. So all I'm going to do then is sew this up to show you how easy it is. But firstly, what you will want to do before you start putting everything together is getting a little face on there. I've literally done this by doing 1 little drawn pink line for the little mouth and 2 little French knots in a contrasting thread. And I've used embroidery floss to do that because it has obviously a wee bit more definition. So all I'm going to do here, I've lost my pin cushion, everything's buried. And you know, you really don't even need pins for this. I didn't use pins for the others. I think I'm just trying to look slightly less thrown together because I'm creating a video here. So I'll just pop a little pin at the top and a little pin at both of the sides. And all I'm going to do is stitch around the ears. Now, you don't need to be too precise about this, so don't worry too much about your seam allowance. I'm using about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to stitch, back stitching, stitch around it. I'm not even being that precise by pivoting while turning. Just a quick stitch. I do want to pivot at the ear because I want the point to be nice and pronounced. And run back down the other side. And it's weird doing stuff like this because you're used when you're dressmaking to being really precise and to watching your seam allowances and really giving a damn. But this is so easy to do. So then I'm just going to do the same for the other one. Just would not be Easter without Easter bunnies. So once I have that done, what I'm going to do before I forget is to just snip off the tops of those ears, because I do want those to be nice and pointy. Trimming off any threads that I've left. Oh, and one more thing, and this is the dressmaker in me. Where you have those little curves, just clip into those without clipping through the stitches. Might as well finish the thing right. Okay, then what I'm going to do is get my two pieces and match up the linings. And you'll see I'm not even pressing or anything here, because after all they're just going to be tied up. And I'm going to stick, because I still want this to be quite precise, I'm going to stick a little pin in just where the seams line up between the lining and the main fabric. And now all I have to do is stitch around the entire sides of the project, making sure your ears stay out of the way and also making sure you leave a space at the bottom of your lining to turn your project back out. So let's do this. I'm almost there now. The last little bit. Leaving my gap, of course, the bottom of the lining and reinforcing it well enough so I can fill the whole thing out. I'm literally going to turn the entire thing right side out and it starts to come together really quickly. Of course, I'm real fussy, so what I'll be doing is pulling all of my corners out, just using a pin. Safety pin was the handiest thing there right in front of me. It's a bit stronger as well, which is actually good for this cotton. And then I'll have to pull the little ears out as well and do the same to those, which are a little bit more fiddly obviously because they're quite narrow. I've been known to break a nail doing things like this. The humanity. I've actually had to put the dogs out of the room there for a moment. They were going nuts. I think I did the intro to this video like 6 times, so if it sounds a little tired, that would be the reason why. Because every time I started talking, they started play fighting. So that was great. Okay. So once you've done that and you've got everything pulled out and all the little corners tidied up, all that remains to be done here is to close off the bottom of the lining. And if I was being real prissy, I'd be going over and pressing these in and then slip stitching, but nobody's going to see this. So I'm literally just going to top stitch over the bottom of the lining of this little pouch. And then all I'm going to do is pop the lining into that little bag. At this point, you probably will want to give it a press. So I'll do that. And voila, that's it. That's all there is to it. And there you have that lovely little lining. So then all you'll do is put the little treats in that bag and tie it up. Gotta be fussy because I want my cute lining fabric to be seen at the front. And that is essentially it, unless of course you want to sew a little pom-pom onto the back. Pretty cute, right? So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you because I thought it was quite adorable, and it's something that kids will find adorable too. So that's it for today. You can see I don't even have a garment on the go at the minute. I will be doing some stitching tomorrow, and I do have my Fabric Godmother Vet Viscose Twill from Jenny Stitches cut out, and that's what I'll be working on then over the Easter weekend and writing up my blog for that. And yeah, if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll know that I was writing a guest blog where I created this Olcott dress by Cashmerette, and this is made in that beautiful modal sweater fabric, so probably not the obvious choice of fabrics for a dress, probably better for pajamas or a jumper or a hoodie or something like that. But I just thought it would make the most comfortable dress, and it has. It's definitely secret pajama material. But yes, if you go over to Felicity Fabrics, you'll see that. If you saw my last post, it was the blog that I wrote for the Craft Cotton Company on working with craft cottons. And here I am working with them again. So yeah, Easter weekend should be lovely, filled with chocolate, a few glasses of wine and a lot of stitching. Thank you again for dropping by and subscribing to my channel, if indeed you do. If you don't, just hit on that wee subscribe button, hit on the notification bell, and YouTube will let you know the next time I post a video, which will probably be on Sunday, where I'll be catching up on all the things that I've been getting up to in sewing this week. So have a very happy Easter, enjoy whatever time off you've got, and happy stitching. Bye!